Where are we?
We're in Benidorm! Welcome to this week's video. Today we're in Benidorm, which is at the Costa Blanca in Spain, in the province of Alicante. We're here during off-season. Actually, we're here in February. So it's going to be interesting to see what the city has to offer during that period of the year. And as always, we're going to eat a bunch of food, we're going to drink, we're going to explore and show you the city.
In case you don't know Benidorm, it's a city in the south of Spain. It's considered to be a very touristy spot. There's high rises everywhere, and it doesn't really look like any Spanish city that we've ever been to before. So our goal today is to see if Benidorm is just a tourist hotspot or if it has more to offer. Can you find real Spanish culture in this city? Let's find out.
We are at La Mejillonera, which is a place for mussels and seafood in general. So that's why we came here. There's quite a lot of music. I hope you can hear me because it's party atmosphere. Just like Benidorm is famous for. We're gonna have lunch here. It's gonna be great.
Our first two dishes have arrived. As you can see, both of them are mussel dishes. And mussels are something that I grew up with in PEI, Prince Edward Island, a province very close to Nova Scotia where I'm from. Mussels are very popular, so my whole childhood I grew up having them. We have a salsa verde and one with maybe a salsa rojo, like a red sauce and a green sauce. And we have a cheese version. So I'm going to start with the salsa verde. Let's just pick up the whole thing. It's really good. I don't even really know what that sauce is. I'll have to look it up, but it's really flavorful, very savory. I guess it must be some sort of herb sauce. You definitely get that briny seafood taste as well. I'll try one of these red ones, I guess. Oh, this one's a lot more acidic. It must be a tomato-based one. That one's really good as well, but I think I prefer the green one. So the last one is a cheese version. I've never had mussels with cheese, actually. I don't think it's definitely something they do in Asia a little bit. They pair cheese and seafood, but the best one for sure. I love it. It's very creamy. It's got like a cream sauce base and then tons of cheese on top. It's delicious. So good.
Reminds me of like soup on top of them, or like a cheese soup.
Yeah, it's very creamy.
Very good. So we got some anchovies with vinegar. Looks delicious. I saw other people have it downstairs, so I wanted it too.
Definitely had this before. It's very traditional.
Yeah, anchovies in Spain in general, they're eaten all the time. I think it does taste garlicky, which I like. That's what I was hoping. And maybe olivey. It has that pickled kind of flavor that I love, like pickled herring. It's yummy.
Our final dish has arrived. Now we have the chipirrones, which is these little tiny baby squids. So we've tried to get these a couple different times being in Spain, but they either ran out or one time they gave us the bigger version, normal calamari. So this is our first time actually trying the baby ones. So usually you dip it in mayonnaise or aioli, garlic sauce. One reason a lot of people maybe don't like squid sometimes is that it could be a little bit chewy, but these are not chewy at all. They're really tender.
Not like rubber?
Yeah, not like rubber. Super crispy. Not very greasy either, surprisingly, since they are deep fried. But yeah, such a perfect little drinking snack. It goes really well with a beer.
So we just finished our lunch at La Mejillonera, and it was super delicious. It was probably the best mussels I've ever had. I'm not a mussel expert, but they were delicious, and everything was only 35 euros.
Yeah, super cheap. I was
Which is super
very
affordable.
surprised. I almost thought that the portions that we got were maybe incorrect because they
Yeah.
were really big. We ordered 4 dishes, but we were so full by the end of it. Yeah, it was 35 euros, incredible, which is really, really good for fresh seafood.
If you come to Benidorm, you definitely have to have seafood because this used to be a fishing village. The restaurants seem kind of touristy, but actually
There's a lot of locals as
there was
well.
a lot of locals, and I would definitely go there. But the music was too loud.
Yeah.
It was too party.
It was like a club,
clubby.
but it's a seafood restaurant, so yeah, that would be the one thing that I would change, but other than that, it was really good.
Yep. Now we're gonna go to the market hall. So that market hall was really small. We're gonna go to
Nothing there.
We're gonna go to the real one, I think, which is the other end of town later. But for now, we're gonna go to the Museo Boca de Calvari, which is it, what, Fisherman's Museum or something?
Yeah, I think so.
Italian side. You have to choose the plate that I chose. And if you choose the correct one, then we're soulmates. I did choose that one. Yes.
Lying.
No, I'm not.
Lying for the camera.
I should have told the camera beforehand. I didn't.
It just seems like we're lying.
We'll try again in the future. So this museum is free, which is pretty cool. Apparently it normally has different exhibitions surrounding contemporary art and history of the area. And unfortunately everything's in Spanish, and our Spanish is not very good.
Can't understand everything.
Well, yeah, especially him. But still nice. You should still check out some culture when you come to Benidorm. So first thing I want to say is that I think this beach is really nice. And I think a lot of people actually trash Benidorm for the high rises. They say that it kind of destroyed the scenery, the view, I don't know, just looks like cement blocks or whatever. But I feel like as a European, this reminds me of like Miami, or my friend said like beaches in Brazil. So it's quite unusual. And even with the way the beach curves around, I think it's nicer than the beach, for example, when we went to Pineda de Mar and close to Barcelona. There's just a straight, flat beach. This is pretty, but maybe I'm just like a foreigner that doesn't know beaches.
You're just like one of these British tourists.
I'm one of those German tourists.
Yeah.
It's like, oh wow, awesome. We're at the Balcon del Mediterraneo.
Wouldn't that just be like the Mediterranean?
Yeah, but it's difficult in Spanish, which is this nice viewpoint in between the two main beaches of Benidorm.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
The water's like crystal clear. It's
Very
like very green.
turquoise,
Turquoise,
yeah.
really, really pretty. And I like the viewpoint from here. You can see both sides of the city. It's really nice. It's definitely got a charm to it that I don't think I was really expecting. It's really beautiful.
There were two people with this old school camera thing, I don't know, and I saw them before, and then when we went back, they handed me this, and it's like this little fake newspaper article, and it has me in it. They handed different ones to different people, and it says, Las personas importantes han sido vistos hoy en Benidorm. So the important people have been seen in Benidorm today.
Famous YouTuber.
When it says like the history of Benidorm, there's like 70,000 people who live here. It used to be a fisherman village with the first people coming in 1893. Pretty cute. And I was thinking like, is this a scam or like, do I have to pay something? I think it'd be like opening their wallets, like give me some money, and nope. Got a memory from Benidorm.
Lo que se necesita para allá.
It's worse than Japan.
We are at Heartbreak Rock Bar for some beers because I guess when in Benidorm you just have to party too. I don't know. Cheers. So we got some ice cream because when you're at the beach, I think you're supposed to get some ice cream, right? Because we actually wanted to get some pastries from the area. We were hoping that we could show you some local delicacies that normally tourists don't really eat, but we couldn't find any. Everything that we found online, we couldn't find. So now instead, I got this ice cream as a replacement for my sweet tooth.
Yeah, we went to like at least 4 bakeries and they didn't have any of the things we were looking for.
Yeah, if there's any Spanish people watching, we were looking for coca farcido, I think. We were looking for tarta de Benidorm, cake of Benidorm, and I forgot the last one. It has to do with the festival in February. Couldn't find anything. But anyway, I had some ice cream and we got some Spanish flavors. Has nothing to do with Benidorm, but we got turrón and tarta de abuela, or de la abuela. Turrón is kind of like, not a chocolate bar, but this bar that exists in Spain, especially for Christmas. So you get a bunch of different flavors. There's different, I think it's usually a nut bar with almonds, or we had some with pistachio, with different nuts. So let's see what this tastes like. Tastes like hazelnut.
Which one is that?
The turrón. If anyone knows me, I'm a nut girl when it comes to ice cream. Delicious. And this one is tarta de abuela, so grandma cake. But I don't actually know what the normal cake is.
It could be any cake.
What's good is chocolate mixed with, I don't know, I need to research it. Maybe also some type of nut. And it has chocolate chips. But no, Spain has a tarta, a cake that's called that. Tarta de abuela. Yeah. This is delicious. I think the tarta de abuela is better.
Delicious.
Our day in Benidorm is come to an end. We have to go back to the bus station right now, and we're going to go back to Valencia.
Yeah, so we thought we'd just share a couple of our thoughts about the city. Basically, if you're coming to Spain and you're looking for history, you're looking for culture, Benidorm is definitely not that place. It lives up to its reputation of being a very touristy kind of city. So if you're looking to party, you want to just drink on the beach, have fun with your friends, this is the perfect kind of spot for that. But if you're looking for more than that, it doesn't really have as much of that compared to other places in Spain.
And even in February, a lot of people were partying, which was a bit surprising actually. If you do come to Benidorm, I would highly suggest check out some other towns that are close by. For example, Altea is one that a lot of people love. There's a tram that goes there. You can take the bus in an hour and a half to Valencia, or you could go to Alicante. I think you should really go and check out some real Spanish places, and also eat some Spanish food, eat seafood, eat all of that. We would really be interested into what Spanish people think about Benidorm.
Especially if you're from
People
Benidorm.
who live here, like just what is a general consensus when it comes to Benidorm? What do people think?
Yeah, so that's basically it for this video. So if you liked it, we would love it if you put a like. And of course, subscribe, comment, and definitely share your thoughts. If you've been there, if you've been here, let us know what you think of the city. If you're a local, let us know how you feel about all the tourists and all that kind of stuff. But for now, this is it. We're gonna say goodbye and see you next time. Bye.